Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the CORSAIR DreamLeague Season 9. I'm ODPixel, I'm here with Fogged, and we are getting ready for our second series of the day here in the Southeast Asian Regional Qualifiers. It is, of course, TNC.
Yes, it is.
Are going to make their first appearance today, and they're going to be up against Execration, who we just saw take down GeekFam.
We did.
2-1.
Yes. I am already looking forward to this because I want some much better Dota. I was pretty disappointed in that last game.
A little scrappy.
I didn't really like the draft by GeekFam. I thought it was really hard to play, and you could see they were trying to like scrap around, split push constantly. I want this one to just be more team fighting. I don't like watching these like one team has lots of split push, one team has lots of team fight, and they just kind of like it's like all over the place.
Awkwardly avoid each other.
Yeah, and that one had a lot of kills, but I felt like people were actually just playing extremely sloppy in that last game. People getting picked off like by themselves all over the place. So this one, I'm much more looking forward to. I think TNC is a much more structured team, and I think you see when these teams are more experienced, it's just a lot crisper, and they make better decision making, and I like the Dota, so that's what I want.
I think we certainly should get some of that with, as you say, with TNC playing up.
Yeah.
Against Execration, they've had the warm-up, you know, they've had that opening
series.
That was a little bit of a warm-up for Execration now.
Lumik played core, you know, he's like, all right,
change things up.
We're done with that.
I mean, and they did win the game, so it's good to see that they do sort of have that option, but as you say, it might not work out as well against sort of a more experienced team like TNC, who might be able to punish it that little bit harder and close the game up against them.
And to be fair, he did make that one mess up in the laning phase really screwed him for like the next several minutes because they kept bullying him and punishing him. So yeah, maybe I'm being a little bit hard on Lumik, but I like the way he plays support, so I'd much more prefer him playing that. I mean, it was so good. Yaj did play a good Earthspirit. He did play a great Earthspirit.
It was worth having Yaj on the Earthspirit.
Absolutely.
So good to see that Yaj was certainly able to sort of step up into the different role as was been intended. As I guess Lumik probably just doesn't play Earthspirit, and wanted that game.
That can happen.
It was good. And overall, it worked. It won the game.
Won the game. So whatever. Now, though, they're stepping up. They're playing versus a team that's way better. TNC are, like we said, much more struggling, much more experienced, and they've got this big, strong mid laner, which that's the one thing that Execration had for them, is that Carl versus Tuan. Carl in that last one, he had like almost tripled this last hits of the Tinker at one point in the laning phase, which is absurd. So this time, though, he's versus Armel, who is that much more steady kind of player.
Yeah, Armel has countlessly impressed us in terms of sort of his mid lane capability. Sure, they got knocked down to the lower bracket, but each game, Armel's mid performance very, very strong. In the 1v1 or such, I think we saw him come out on top most of the times in the lanes, even against in the games obviously against Arbor, but it was a lot obviously more closely matched.
They also did
top mids in SEA.
Lots of rotations too. It's like 2-mans, 3-mans constantly.
It's a very exciting lane to watch, the mid lane with Armel playing. Is really seems to be the shining star. A lot of people talking about. A lot of people in the Southeast Asian region saying, look out for this guy. This guy's sort of the new hot thing in the mid lane, and so far it definitely seems to sort of have the beginnings to it. I don't know how is he a young guy? Do we know?
I met him. Yeah, he's pretty young. I met him when we were in one of the ones that we went to when we were in Southeast Asia.
I'm gonna do some research.
Pretty young guy who's kind of Clutch Gamers. For
that's right. So he's on Clutch Gamers before,
and he was a beast on Clutch. I actually really liked watching his Invoker play. So
yeah, so he's 18 years old.
18 years old, right?
18 years old, Armel. And in terms of his previous teams, what do we got?
Pretty sure it was just Clutch. He might have had one team before that.
So he's been playing competitive since late November. Sorry, so late November in 2016. So
he's been playing pro Dota for about a year.
You're right. He's for what team's this?
Action
Arena. So he was on Action Arena. Then he was sort of making the step up.
He made the step up.
Clutch Gamers. And then from Clutch Gamers now moving onto TNC.
He did improve quite heavily once he was on Clutch.
And that's quite interesting to note here as well. He did play on TNC last year. Oh, sorry, no, at the end of this year in the WSG qualifiers. So I don't know. This was obviously before he moved. So I guess they played with him then, and then they were like, we actually want him on the team.
I didn't get to see those, so
you know what I mean? Because as you can see, he did play with TNC in December. But then went back to playing with Clutch, and now he's back with DAC.
He must have just been a stand-in, though, right? Like that's,
sure, no, but I'm saying, as a team, they maybe stood in. I had Armel playing with him. It was like, hey, this guy, we want to keep playing with him.
When we were in SEA, we went up, we were asking people, like, who do you guys think the best player in the world is? And of course, they're going to say their region.
They're going to say an SCA.
They're going to say one of their SCA players.
They're going to be a little biased.
A little biased. And they
SCA.
were just like Armel and Abed.
Yeah.
And everybody, like, it was a clear consensus across the board that people were all saying that.
Well,
so.
let's find out how it goes down.
Let's find out.
The game is beginning, ladies and gentlemen. Execration versus TNC. We have the draft that should be on your screens right now. Here we have it. Game 1. Let's see what goes on and what we have come through.
So now we need to reset our minds a little bit. Adjustments. Well, we have so Chen is a higher priority. Sanking is a very high priority now between these two. What was the other one that was the other day? Yesterday. The Clockwork was still really high priority.
Just got banned, yeah. First phase ban for TNC.
Yeah, I think that's actually one of the better roaming heroes that Execration plays. So not a shocker to see that one. So which is going to be left through? There's an Omni Knight. There's a Sanking. And what are we missing? The
Omni Knight, yeah, I mean, they're the two biggest ones, Omni Knight and Sanking.
Omni Knight, Sanking, and I'll throw the Nyx in there just because it's SCA. So Nyx is...
Oh yeah, true, Nyx, yeah, you're right. Normally Nyx is in the first expansion.
The most important hero, it seems, for TNC.
I wonder if, because the Nyx has been banned, maybe, hasn't been banned, sorry, Execration might take that as part of their opening duo, which would be nice, because we've not seen any Nyx Assassin get through at all. It's literally felt like it's been banned every series.
Really has been. Actually, every single series.
It is there.
It's actually been banned every series.
It definitely works against the Sankin in a number of ways. If you know, there must be a reason for why it's been banned so much. So Execration, they want to open with it. They've got the chance to do so with these first two picks. The other big support heroes still in the pool, of course, the Disruptors, the Banes, Witch Doctors, Spirit as well. But yeah, it's there, so they take it. Nyx Assassin gets through the draft, and we're going to see what it exactly is about these SEA teams that means that they love the Nyx Assassin so much. So we'll see what it does.
I guess we don't know yet if it's that offlane. I guess it depends on what heroes they play against it, and then they'll boost it up in for priority. So we'll just put it as support for now.
I think keep it as the 4 for now.
Yeah, just for now. Well, I mean, Sanking I also put in the offlane for the time being, but that's also probably going to be the 4 hero.
And yeah, the Witch Doctor. And as we were saying, one of the other supports coming up time and time again in the opening week. And one of those sort of supports that sits in the area where it's never really banned. You never see the Witch Doctor banned, but you do very frequently see it be taken in the first 2 picks.
The rise of the Witch Doctor.
So, TNC, they got the Sand King. What do they want to combo with it? Bane's still there. So the SK Bane, very popular. As we said as well, Bane or Disruptor would be sort of the big 2 that scream out.
They could just take a Dragon Knight. Dragon Knight doesn't really care too much about Nyx. They did that.
That's true. A lot of some of these SEA teams do like to take the cause, but they get the Bane.
Good call.
They get the support.
Fair enough.
Nothing surprising here in these opening 2 picks from both teams. Very much expected from these 2 sides.
Putting that one mid, I'm going to move Sanking toward bottom. Actually, whatever. Well, I'll make the adjustment anyway.
10 seconds remaining.
So, Execration.
These are open picks, so we have lots of open bans, for the course.
So, SF is taken out.
Yep. I was actually contemplating if they would take SF or DK in the first 2 on the side of TNC.
What else have we seen? Armel have a bit of a show, and that's what you're thinking about. Yesterday, he had a TA game. Armel.
He suffered really hard on that one.
That was the tough game. Yeah, because that was the game where he got a really good lane, really good farm, but then they weren't able to do anything. So yeah, maybe the TA not really much of a worry, as teams know that they can deal with it. The OD banned out by TNC.
We played what? TA, SF, Quap? Quap. I think it was the last one.
Did we see an Armel Invoker?
We did not.
And the Timber Sword. The Timber ban. Of course, we did see yesterday Raven have an incredible game.
Maybe they could also...
The Timber Sword was one of the best Timber Sword performances we've seen in a long time.
It has been.
It was a very, very good win.
And I'm sad to see Timber banned, because I actually really enjoy watching a Timber game. Yeah.
It's very good fun.
So does that mean they want some kind of strength safe laner, like that Underlord? You know, it's like, sure, Pit is pretty decent for his Timber stuff, but we saw what happens.
I'm at the moment, I'm just thinking Execration might want to just take the Terrorblade. And take it away from Raven. They've banned out the Timber, which we saw the Timber being picked against the Terrorblade. So I think 3rd pick, you can absolutely just go in now with the Terrorblade pick against CNC. Just take it away from them.
TB or Death Prophet, I think, here.
Sure, or the Death Prophet. I think you definitely want one of these big cores that you know is going to get banned out. You want to take something like that. The Terrorblade or the Death Prophet.
Yeah. Dragon Knight was the ban by TNC?
Yes.
So, yeah, Dragon Knight and OD. These heroes that that just do fine pretty much versus most matchups. OD maybe not so much, but DK usually. That's great.
Let's see. Execration taking time with this. I'm saying pick the Terrorblade.
You think so? Okay. I do think that they are susceptible. The DP from yesterday, Armel, was... Do you remember that? The Blink, Yules,
the Blink,
BKB
90
he was
minutes.
massive.
Well, they say the Tinker.
Okay.
Okay.
They've got the Nyx, so they want to set up plays around the map with Nyx.
And this sort of puts TNC themselves off picking the Terrorblade for Raven. Getting this Tinker now sort of makes it hard for them to sort of legitimize drafting a Terrorblade into it, which sort of makes me... I'm still going back to, I think, fourth pick, Execration, take the Terrorblade. They may have sort of protected their own pick by...
So the thing is, too, that they picked the third pick Tinker, and it's like, oh, now you don't have to worry so much about Storm and Zeus because you have this Nyx Assassin. Or, I mean, we'll throw right the Zeus, because Zeus is kind of just like that niche pick. But Storm is the big one, yeah. And there's already a Nyx to do.
A little tricky to play. Tusk is the pick, so it is going to be the CORSAIR King this game.
Yeah.
We are going to get to see, the Sam H Sang King this time around. So,
who's going to play where?
I think you put the SK in the... I think the Bane,
the
Bane is going to be the one
course.
helping mid.
Bane will help mid. Okay, sure.
Bane will help mid.
Sure, whatever. They're going to be moving around a lot anyway. I think this is going to be like some tri-lane mid, to be honest, to punish this Tinker.
Yeah.
I think they're really just going to try to just...
They might go fully in.
Full in, yeah, exactly. Pick some 1v1 matchups that'll be favorable.
So, Execration, what do they want to pick? What do you reckon?
There's still the Gyro in the pool. Gyro just seems really safe for most of these games. BKB core versus Sang King as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's true. I still like the Terrorblade.
You still like the Terrorblade?
I still like the Terrorblade.
Yeah, I mean Terrorblade.
But maybe they feel they don't have to take it out because they're not rewarded TNC picking it because they have a Tinker and TNC are unlikely to pick the Terrorblade as the Tinker.
TNC's
take the Faceless Void. Okay. I mean, yeah, Faceless Void is always great fun to watch, but in terms of...
Of course you would say that.
In terms of the hero, not really the sort of go-to carry.
Maybe they're just trying to leave their lanes open.
I mean, is there any chance it could be an off-lane Void?
Usually we just see the safe. I'm going to put it safe lane.
You're going to put it... I think it's most likely to be safe lane.
Right, and they have the Witch. At least they have the Witch Doctor and then the Void with the Tinker that can make space for him.
And TNC, they have got the Armel Death Prophet.
They don't care about the Nyx. It's not about that. It's about being able to group up and get that push. Nyx is going to be running around, not really going for that team fight. They want to go for that pickoff. Man,
this silence can be quite a nuisance for the Void, who is going to want to get, if he's called the Battle Fury, the Fusel Mask Madness early. It's going to be hard.
And like
it's very strong against that.
A lot of people are, instead of just picking, like, let's say this Storm or whatever, this Tinker counter, like, I'm not going to say a bunch of these different heroes, but they itemize instead. They go like this Blink Yules build on a lot of these heroes, because if you get the Yules up on the Tinker, he's most likely dead. So I think that's probably exactly what we'll see on Armel. Again, Blink, BKB, Yules. Again, the same build that we saw yesterday. So,
what are we going to have for Raven? The Jug banned out. Other Raven sort of classic heroes, what have we been seeing recently? I mean, Weaver and Terrorblade is two, but with the Tinker and Void, I don't think you want to play either of those.
No, definitely not.
So, Raven is other sort of options. The Bat will be banned out by TNC, so indeed assuming the Void will be that position one, and Execration still looking for their offlane. What does Raven want to play? He's still going to do it. I mean, they love the Terrorblade so much, but regardless of the fact that there's a Tinker, Raven still feels confident. And if there was ever going to be a Terrorblade picker who is still going to play it,
it's Raven.
He's just going to be like, just pick me Terrorblade. It really is one of his, if not the biggest hero for Raven.
Yeah.
And he doesn't care about no Tinker. He could deal with it.
And it's similar, right? There it's like, oh, okay, Tinker versus TB can be great. Nyx versus Death probably can be great, but they want to group up and they want to push
and
it.
You'll like this. They've got the Void ET combo.
I heard the
So it's going to be the offlane Nyx Assassin, I would imagine, and the ET Witch Doctor support duo.
I think this is actually one of the, in my opinion, one of the few ways you can actually run Void.
You get the
Elder. With the Elder Titan, because not only do you increase the damage inside the Chrono, but you always have the potential to get an Earth Splitter big combo.
And I like that as well, because suddenly the Terrorblade, there's an answer to it.
There is an answer to
the Elder Titan are very good against the Terrorblade. Wow, here we have, ladies and gentlemen,
for Tinker too.
This opening game, TNC versus Execration. I think the big question is, do you trust in the Raven Terrorblade enough for him to carry on the Terrorblade against a Tinker Void Elder Titan, a combo of heroes that can definitely deal with a Terrorblade and cause a lot of issues, to the point where a lot of other teams would not have picked Terrorblade into that. But TNC, Raven, he's confident.
I think they're gonna. I think TNC. I'm gonna quick switch this to you guys because I think this is actually what's gonna happen. I think it's gonna be this. It's gonna be a Bane and Tusk, Terrorblade, aggro tri-lane, Nyx versus Sand King 1v1.
They want to go aggro.
And I think that's for TNC. They really want to be able to get that Sand King versus Nyx.
We're gonna do predictions. If Raven is that confident with the Terrorblade picking into this, I gotta go with Raven.
I have to go TNC.
I'm gonna go with Raven. If he says it's fine to play Terrorblade, I'm gonna agree with him. Let's see if he can do it, ladies and gentlemen. So we'll put us both down for TNC as we get ourselves into this first game of the second series. TNC versus Execration, ladies and gentlemen. It's kicking off at the CORSAIR DreamLeague Season 9. We'll be able to take yourselves straight into the game. It's going to be a fun one. There's going to be farming, and on the side of Execration, they are certainly going to be looking to do the fighting with that Void Elder Titan combo. Lots of things to throw into the Chronosphere. If they get good Chronos, they're certainly going to get good kills. So
it does look like it's going to be actually a safe lane. I guess maybe they're just going to do dual lanes and just shut down this Nyx. At least just from the items based on the Terrorblade, because he's only got one set of regen. I wouldn't imagine he's going to go aggro with that. We'll see if the lanes get swapped up, though, depending on what they see.
30 seconds.
Bottom lane, Void. Can get harassed a bit by the Sand King, because the Sand King stun is long enough for you to not get a time walk off. It's 2.17. So if whatever damage you take instantly, if there's a Sand King stun afterwards, you can't time walk it off if it's timed properly. And Caustic is obnoxious versus most melee heroes.
I think it's going to be very interesting to see how much pressure there is on that mid lane. As you say, arm out.
And how well... Bottom, lots of damage going on to this Void, but yeah, it's also it's really going to be, you know, how can TB do versus Tinker, and if this Tinker is going to be shut down, because they do have good ways to make space for that Tinker to cast the spells in the backlines. Void, ET, both can constantly throw their spells. They have good vision from the ET Spirit too, and like you said, ET Aura with Tinker, pretty good versus Terrorblade.
Oh, yeah. Grabbing the pull, grabbing the creep waves around. Cuckoo.
Can he get the sleep off? Took the aggro,
he can. Hey, where's your pull now, Yaj?
Bane is the best hero actually at this to stop those pulls.
Mid lane. Carl. Actually having to TP back up there to the tower. As Tim's and Armo did catch him down out in the river. We'll have to sound immediately back up with the Tinker, and we'll see that 2v2 kickoff in the middle lane. The brawling will begin. Cuckoo going to do his best to make the space for Yaj to get the farm up top. Sorry, for Raven to get the farm up top against Yaj, and it should be fine. I think Raven shouldn't have too much of a difficulty farming up here. Mid lane, though, Tim's getting very low. With that laser, that will be first blood for Execration.
ET with Spirit on 2 heroes plus Creep Wave. Very speedy, lots of damage. Pretty much a DD rune every single time he gets it on all those. All the creeps plus 2 heroes. Bottom, Sam H. He did get the pull off, so he will be able to get a decent amount of farm. Mid.
Not actually able to quite get the sharp block, and Stomp for Lumic catches onto both of them, getting those right clicks up again. Once again, a couple of swipes into Tim's. But Lumic does have to be a little careful there in case the Crit Swarm was to fly through. It does get low. CS-wise, so far off the back of this Chaos mid, it's 5 for 2 on the Death Prophet, 2 for 0 on the Tinker, so still getting the CS bottom lane. Those bounces certainly working in favor of Execration. Sam H ticking down. They need one more touch really with the Maledict to get this, as it's just, of course, level 1. He'll come back in with a Burrow Strike. That might actually cost him his life here. Can Nando find him? Oh, he's hidden behind the trees. They need to cut through. They've got the vision, as they will give the kill to Nando. Nando takes down the off-lane SK. Second kill for Execration.
Last hit department, though, looking pretty hard. Void, he'll be able to catch back up, but Terrorblade's going to have a pretty much free farm.
Yeah, I just don't see how this next assassin can sort of disrupt Raven's farm with the Bane helping out. It's and with the Metamorphosis, in fact, Yaj is going to get gone on. They have the wraparound from Tim, so not only getting free farm, but getting involved in a free kill. As Raven gets the final touch, this lane going from just good to better for TNC up top for the free farm Terrorblade.
This is a nice Tusk game to be able to move around and find kills on each of the lanes, especially with Death Prophet. On any of those pressuring heroes with DP is great. The Earth Spirit, the Tusk, any type of disable. And again, Yash shows his face top. There's still a meta available. It does look like Cuckoo is going to set up to sleep.
They've got the comp. That's the spike Carapace already used. So with the control, Yaj, a turn with the stun onto 2.
Raven,
and they get this. They've still got the snowball to come in. The sleep comes out though, and that's going to save Yaj. Nice rotation from Lumic will deny TNC the kill as Yaj can move back to safety.
Raven, I think the shards kind of messed with his movement there because he tried to get in for that last hit, but he started like walking toward the tree line. It started like putting him and running him around in a circle. But yeah, Nyx lives but has to go back to base, and Sam H, as we saw, almost perishes in the bottom lane as well.
Mid lane, Tinker starting to catch back up in the CS against Armel's Death Prophet, as we see Carl 10 for 4 against the 13 for 4. So getting back to having a good time, and obviously as we've seen already, early kill, they just give Armel that bit of a bit behind with Carl, but still very close as it's being left a bit of a 1v1. There's now the rotation from Tims. He's looking towards Carl. Carl coming a little too far down. They have the sharp block, and Carl will be siphoned down. Double damage on Tims, helping them finish off the job, and TNC getting Armel involved in his own bit of good fortune in that mid lane.
Lumic just placed the obs ward right after that too, so they didn't have vision for it for the moment, and it is in range of that sentry too, so they could deward that right away. Tims. There we go.
Lying up mid once again, Carl has to be careful here. Tims will show himself. Carl keeps himself back. But both carriers, you've got the Void now catching up in farm. 24 to 9 against the 30 for 9. Raven still having the better time, but Nando also getting some significant space down here as they have been able to harass Sam H back out of the lane a couple of times. Yeah, Sand King.
I like that Nando's also holding the skill point. So he's 1-0-2 right now. So if he sees the opportunity where time dilation will be great, sure, you can get that. If not, time walk. I do like when players hold their skill points.
In terms of what the offlane is getting, again, pretty even.
Yeah,
10 for 1,
pretty close.
11 for 0. Both getting a similar amount out of these offlanes.
Exact same, actually. Like
it's very close across the map.
Nyx is about
very even start.
200 gold ahead, but same experience. And
yeah. No one really breaking ahead too much. Cuckoo.
Top. Yaj could be in a lot of trouble here. Yeah, they're making the rotation. He looks pretty dead here.
Raven surrounding him, indeed Tims as well. We'll wait out the spike Carapace. There it is, and as soon as it's out, they'll juke out the stun. They'll put the Fairy Fire, not enough to save him. Raven again, getting another kill onto the offlane Nyx Assassin thanks to the help of his supports.
Tims just doesn't even cast the spell. He didn't even need to. He's got all his mana, and he will claim these double bounties. Tims is actually very high level.
Yeah, he's getting some good XP from these ganks. He's been involved in all 3 of them so far.
Yeah, him and Grims are pretty much at the same point. Grims forced to TP out bottom.
So if these two supports can play around with the Elder Titan, they do block him off with the Brain Sap, they'll get it. That'll be another kill. The XP going to continue even more. Raven's still got some time left on the Metamorphosis. They'll lead him with the Snowball. The Reflection's slow as well. TP's coming in as they look to try and save Yaj. The Metamorphosis will wear out. Yaj trying to juke it around the tree line. Lumic's TP back in, but he can't save him. They'll lose the Nyx Assassin. Does get the 3-man sleep, so Lumic can have an attempt to get him back. But yeah, Tims, oh no! Messes up the shard, so TNC won't get another. They'll still be happy with what they got already, of course, though, as Raven is getting involved in a lot of action on this top lane. 2-0-1 on the Terrorblade, and the free farm continues.
Carl's been pushed to jungle too, because they lost their mid ward so early on that sentry. So now he has no protection from those Tusk rotations, and he's a free kill every time the Tusk snowballs in, pretty much. He does have a regen rune, though, so Carl is a happy man, continuing to jungle with that at full efficiency. But yeah, Yaj, 0-3 already, and Sam H, he's only got 1 death to his name.
He's not feeding quite as much now.
Yeah, but this is what we said. It's kind of a thing that happens, and you have to do as a Nyx, or as a offlaner, because otherwise you're just giving a free lane. You have to contest it, even if you die. Tim's level 5. Looking at Lumic here. Shards on the mark again.
They've got the block, and Lumic will get siphoned down by Armel.
Absolutely perfect.
Yeah, this Tusk 2-1 and 4.
Just so, yeah, we were mentioning how this is a very good Tusk game for him to just make rotations and kill the lanes, because Nyx, weak laner, Tinker, susceptible to the Death Prophet. Yeah, you can get the Spirit Siphon.
Tim's absolutely owning it so far.
Yeah, it's almost level 6.
Look at that bounty rune.
I'll take your tribute.
Again, keeping eyes on Yajub. So there's backup this time for Execration. They're sending both of their supports up to this area now as they know that TNC have been a little heavy-handed with these dives, so they want to try and punish it if it does come in again. Tim's looking for the angle on the side. They're actually TPing across the Tinker as well. This tower falling very low. TNC will simply back away.
They secure the deny if they want to, yeah. Endo is going for the kill build, I call it. And it's a pretty fast farm build. Just tries to kill a Mask of Madness. And he's got the max bash. Sleep comes out. Yash, perfect shards again by Tims.
Tims. He knows how to do the old Tusk.
I think they know that there's a ward there now, though. He started pinging it right away. Now they have a big stack here that they're starting to clear up. Elder Titan will steal one big creep, get a stomp, take 2 little creeps,
nice.
And they'll secure it.
They'll clear up the rest of them, though, still for themselves. TNC, some space in the mid lane for Grims to pick up those levels. Of course, for Execration, they are behind a little bit off the back of the lanes, but it will all come together when they do go for the fights with the Chronosphere.
Yeah, he could set up pretty much for the next tower push. Thing is that they're very reliant on this Chrono, and it's got quite a long cooldown. 2 minutes, 20 seconds.
Oh, mid lane, Tims. He's got his eyes again on another target. Lumic will not get the chance to pop that stomp as the burst from Crypt Swarm's enough. They do come in with the counterplay. They have got the Chrono, and they'll drop it. No messing around as they look towards this Death Prophet kill, and with those bashes helping out, they'll get it. Carl comes in for the kill secure. He says, that's my lane, that's my kill. Some money for the Tinker.
Yep. Great kill there. So, Armel was pushing down the high ground, so they can take advantage of that one. And now, though, the thing is that they can definitely, as soon as Death Prophet comes back to life, they can force this mid tower. And I don't think that there's almost any way Execration can defend it. They need to have Tinker there already setting up the marches as soon as the Death Prophet shows.
And look at this movement from Raven.
And
straight down bottom with the Metamorphosis. He's starting to push out, and he's going to get away with this tower for sure. Fortification comes out, but no interest of Execration to come in and try and defend as it is just the Astral being sent about for now.
Execration they have no team fight besides the Void on their team. They need levels on the supports to give themselves team fight, but as we've seen, Lumic, he is under a lot of pressure this game. He's 1 in 3, level 3 only on the other Titan, and Witch Doctor's only level 5. Witch Doctor's team fight is a cask and a Death Ward. Mid lane, still unable to commit that Exorcism because Carl is there ready to start spamming that march. And Carl's farm is pretty nice. He's gonna have Boots of Travel at a pretty reasonable time after getting picked off. That regen rune was pretty massive for him to jungle with.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Bottom lane. Nando starting up that Terrorblade, but keeping his distance as support movements around the map are there. Cuckoo will get the D ward.
They actually haven't gone for using the Exorcism on the tower. I guess they're still just they're a bit afraid of the march building up.
Scan from Execration will confirm that TNC are indeed invading their jungle as Raven will farm up Execration's jungle.
The aggressive ward is being placed down by TNC. They want to be able to catch this Tinker. Instantly gets de-warded though by Grims, since they do have that ward in their own.
Cuckoo and Sam looking to maybe fight mid.
Yeah, they want to get this Tinker kill so they can push, but now Chronosphere is back online. Nando has the Mask of Madness and TP when the courier gets to him. So yeah, about 2 minutes where they didn't use that Exorcism while Chrono was down. But Armel just continuing to farm. He wants that Yule Scepter pretty badly, and he's going to have it at any moment now. As we see Sanking very close to Blink Dagger and Tims. Arcane Boots plus Urn. And he's starting to buy some detection for his team too. He's above the Nyx Assassin by 500.
Mid lane. Straight up with the Fiend's Grip. They find the Elves of Titan.
The double drain. Fiend's Grip plus Spirit Siphon. Top
Tims will be caught out. And with the Mask of Madness, the damage flies through from the Void.
He did. First Vendetta usage successful.
Samh very close to having Blink Dagger on Sanking. He's got 1,800 gold at the moment.
He really wants to try to get this dive on the Tinker, but unable to.
Carl's keeping his distance there on the high ground. Trying to spam out the rockets onto Armel. Bottom lane Raven continues to get more and more space as he pushes in.
Sam H trying to find Carl here.
He really wants to find this Tinker. He does find the burrow strike, but it's a little deep. Nando is only going to get the Sand King. That was trying to go for two. It nearly looked like he was going to miss both, but he will get the Sand King.
He almost missed both, but he almost got both.
He did.
If he got Armel, that would have been
That was, you know, that was the big balls play.
Yeah, that was great.
He went for it. He attempted it, Nando. Tims, they may just get him as well. They've definitely got him as well. That's noble. He'll buy some time for him.
Armel's going in with Exorcism here.
In fact, Tims, he will finally fall to Armel. Indeed, Siphon onto two. Will be able to run down Carl. They've got the sleep onto Grims. Good sleep, though, in return from Lumi, because he stomps to hold them back.
The Sigil Vision for this.
And Grims, will die to the last bat.
The Sigil Vision, yeah, gives the Exorcism time to catch up.
So as you say, Armel's willingness to just head in with the Exorcism paying off as they get the double. Let's see if they can get anything here. Just a little too speedy as they keep their distance from the Echo Storm.
It is level 6 now in Elder Titan, so they do have some kill threatening if they can get some chain stuns. Chrono is down for next 80 seconds. Exorcism down as well. And they didn't get a tower out of the Exorcism. They just got, what, 2 kills, I think it was? Which is still super worth it. They got the Tinker. Very limited vision, though, on the side of TNC. Their wards have been taken out, and they placed 3 sentries to try to find that ward that was placed by Execration in their jungle, and they didn't find it because they didn't expect it on the shrine.
So Raven Giovanni has an invis ring.
He's going aggressive here.
Mid lane, TNC, the rest of his team are moving in. They get the silence onto the Nyx assassin surrounding him. Yaj falling low, gets the Vendetta off, doesn't matter. The Siphon's there with the chase down, Raven's there with the catch off as he blocks off the retreat from Lumic and takes a second for TNC. Fortification gets pop up with the Metamorphosis up and ready to push. TNC will claim at least the tier 1 here in the middle lane. Chronosphere still down for 30 seconds.
Lumic definitely got very surprised there. He was just walking just randomly Terrorblade right behind him. But yeah, that was a good movement there by TNC. They took advantage of the Chronosphere being down. And now Nando will have it up in about 15 seconds. He's going to be going for the Shadowblade build.
Okay, I mean, we talked about just how important the Chrono is. You know,
yeah.
If he lands the Chrono, they will get the kills. They have the perfect lineup around it.
He's their only team fight setup for it. The Elder Titan is his own kind of setup as well, but yeah, they need that Chronosphere every single time for the team fights.
He's looking at Armel. If he's feeling lucky, he could probably go for it.
It's too risky.
He would have to get
they don't see
more
anything.
bash. You know, he's gonna go.
Now they
he's
do.
got the
Tinker's
TP coming in. Yeah, with those two, that's a guaranteed kill. Nicely done from Nando. As he goes in straight away, no hesitation.
Yeah, as soon as the Tinker can come back in and go for that, they do. Because they actually didn't see anything on the map, though, so they had no idea if Sam H was kind of like baiting or... Because Sam H could have been positioned behind there, but as soon as Tinker shows up, they do have the burst. And good usage of Chrono. Now we will see TNC. They're going to take advantage of while Chrono's down. They don't have meta, but they do have Exorcism. But it's only really tier 2 towers that are available right now. Bottom. This could be a big fight here. TNC, they're setting up. Sam H has the Blink Dagger. But marches are being laid to protect their push.
He's making it very hard for Sam H to really have any sort of chance jumping. The Astral Spirit being sent out as well, just keeping any jumping from Bay. Tims will TP in aggressively. See if he can find anyone already. Execration out with the retreat. Chance not to catch anyone. As they'll get out, but TNC do put a stop to the push. Overall, though, as you can see, TNC still with that 4K Goldie. Bottom lane, Lumic. Echo stop onto Sam, nothing more. Yeah. As he is on his own.
He's just holding off waves for a bit.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
So wait, was the Void change his build? Sorry, did we say?
He did, he went to Manta, okay. Yeah. He wants to be able to break those silences. Makes sense. I mean, Yasha's good for farming anyway, too, so. Smoked up, TNC.
Tower is under attack.
They saw the courier flying over toward where the Nyx is.
Well, they know someone's here.
Yeah, she's gonna walk into everybody.
Oh, Vendettas. They need detection and they need it now. There's no one on the front lines with it.
It's only Tims.
Tims couldn't quite get there in time, so that is Yaj out of there, avoiding that very Very close smoke gank.
I don't think they expected it to be the Nyx. I think they were thinking it was going to be one of the other heroes in the game because they're like, oh, this guy's jungling, he's getting an item delivered. But now they will make their way into the pit. But there is a chrono available, but this is dying way too fast.
Yeah,
they're not
he's
going
to head over there now. At the moment, only the ET's there. He is sending the Spirit into the pit. But I don't know. I think there's going to be too much he could do. Or maybe, I mean, maybe with a Stomp. Yeah, that's okay. There might be time. They're heading straight over Execration. Can they get in the pit though? No, it's already down. Raven will grab the Aegis. TNC have got it. There's the jump. Gets the 3-man chrono though. Execration want to try and make them pay. Fiendrick comes in for the sideline, but the paralyzing cast bounces her out along with the Death Ward and the laser. Cuckoo falling low. Cuckoo will get bursted. Double kill for Carl. The stun from Yaj coming out to two. They're looking towards Raven. They want to take him down once. No!
Sunder.
Raven gets the Sunder off. Now turning with the reflection, trying to retreat though as TNC, they've lost 3. The stomp being attempted will catch on to Sam H. But they really want that big kill. They want to take down the Terrorblade twice. He's running. He's hiding. They've got the burst. He's taken down once. Execration. They'll surround him. The timing of the Earth Splitter, it's perfect. Holds him in place. Raven surrounded. He has the reflection, but he has no teammates helping him out. As TNC lose 4 around the pit, they may have got the kill. They may have got the Aegis, but a fantastic Chronosphere sets up for victory.
Look at Tinker's damage in that fight. Oh my God. 6 lasers, 7 rockets, and they were inside of the march still as that chrono came out. So Death Prophet just died so quickly.
That's what we're talking. If they get 3 men in the chrono, I really don't see any way how they win the team fight.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
The team fight just is over for TNC at that point if they get caught like that.
Definitely. Cuckoo.
Oh, he wants the kill on Cuckoo. Won't quite be able to chase. He's still trying.
Tims?
Oh, that nightmare!
The nightmare.
Nightmare save from Cuckoo.
Oh, and you see what? You see the talents that Void took, by the way? You're gonna be a happy man.
Oh boy! See, he took the time lock damage, kids. That's what you should do. I hear all these pro players, all these analysts saying, take the 300 health. Nando, he takes the time lock damage. Look at that fight. 100, plus 100.
It's 25% chance.
Yeah, but that's if you're bad.
I'm not getting into this with you.
If you,
I mean, he wants to have the damage built for himself. That's fine, but
it's magical damage against a Terrorblade. This is a high armor hero, you know. You want to hit him with the magical.
And they've got Elder Titan, so the Spirit does actually make it much stronger. So
I agree. I think the reason why as you say, is because he has the Elder Titan Spirit.
Yeah.
The magic damage it's more than just 100 magic.
Sam H getting stomped up bottom. But they are aware there's a sentry placed down by Cuckoo. They know that the Nyx is in the area, more than likely. Armal mid.
Nando, he's in with the chrono. The Tush decides to walk into the chrono for whatever reason, and that will cost him Tim's life, potentially. He comes in with the snowball, but Tim's is dead as well. I think he was maybe hoping to get close enough to ground with the snowball, but you can't do that.
You can't do that anymore.
You can't do that anymore.
Yeah, that's what he wanted to do, but yeah, it doesn't work versus Chronosphere. It used to, but it does not anymore. At least that's what I was told. Sam H jumps in.
With the epicenter, Nando is falling low, but Fiend's Grip as well is pretty nice with that burst try. They've got him. TNC, they get the 1 kill, but look at this sleep. Earth Splitter on the sideline, coming in onto Raven, holding him down. They'll jump forward with the burst from the Tinker. He's taking it. He's got to find a Sunder target, and he does. He gets Grins, but he may still be in trouble. Death Ward starting to be into him. No, Raven will live. That Sunder keeping him alive.
That was really damn scary.
That was very close. Oh,
and
Yaj?
Cuckoo?
He wants this. He needs there's no real way for real place for the Tinker to TP into, so can't go for it. But the Sunder, very, very neatly done from Raven. Will live. 14 to 14. 22 minutes in. It's a close one, boys and girls.
Armal really needs this BKB. This damage coming out by Execration is way too high. And Nando, he's been landing successful Chronos all across the board.
It's been a strong Void performance so far for Nando.
Yeah, priority of targeting. But getting a core pretty much in every single Chrono.
Some good, as we saw there though, good control from Cuckoo. Yeah. Knows that if he can get that grip off onto the Void, he's a squishy hero. Does rely on the time walk to stay alive, so holding him down. There will be the chance for TNC to get those sort of kills. Until he has some sort of defensive item like the BKB on Lincolns. And Ags, it's nearly done. This Tinker's a rich Tinker. So Aghanim, Tinker, and Chronosphere, it's terrifying. And as we said, you know, Raven already picking the Terrorblade. It's a very confident pick into a lineup like this, and we may start to see the problems of playing a Terrorblade against this lineup at this stage of the game with how well the Tinker and Void are doing. It's a very hard game for the Terrorblade.
It really is. He has to go for BKB in this game, and that's when you know that it is a hard game for TB.
Of course, yeah, Lincoln Sphere. It's what he needs. They've got the Chrono. They'll probably want to make something happen with it. And time to smoke. Up they go across the map. Who are they going to find? Any sort of Armel or Raven, he'll happily drop the solo Chrono for if he can find. Cuckoo's there, not really the target. As TNC backing away. And the space would just be there for them to push down mid.
Yep. Chrono is ready, so yeah. TNC is a bit afraid to take this fight until they got the BKBs online. They're getting close. They do have one on Armel, but Armel is falling quite behind. He's 5,000 net worth behind this Tinker. Carl, 8, 2, and 5.
Top Yaj is underneath the Sentry Ward. Tim's gives him a wallop. Judge will sneak away. It's time to calm down a little bit as Raven. Yeah, as you said, just finishing up the BKB. Now it is there. As long as he gets it, of course, off before the Chrono, which inevitably will be there from Nando to hold him in place.
Yeah, still very scary though.
He's got to be quick with those reactions.
Jash is on Cuckoo. Cuckoo going for a warding play too here, and it's going to get spotted. He's going to get killed instantly.
That is going to be a dead bait.
He didn't place the ward though, at least, so it wasn't wasted. Sam H, 0, 3, and 1 on the Sand King. Unable to really find a place yet, but this could be opportunity for him in bottom lane. If he can actually get the jump onto this Void, it could be Mastich or the Tinker.
He's going to commit straight away onto Sam. Raven's on the sidelines. They've got the silence onto both the Elder Titan and the Tinker. They look for the chase down. Nando, time walks back. Armel's there with the Exorcism. He'll turn. Nando goes for the Chrono. They've got the control. They burst down the Death Prophet. They've already lost the Sand King as well. The BKB was out in time for Raven. He's trying his best to fight back with the Metamorphosis, but now the BKB's worn off. Yaj jumping forward. They've got the vision. They've got the control. Raven down as well. Nando turning with the Chrono says, no, this fight's us. Ours. You're not chasing us. We're chasing you. And this combo...
Well, that turned around real quick. They don't have the ways to close the gap. That's the thing, is the Death Prophet does not have the blink. Sam H, he gets the stun, but his team wasn't that close for it, and then he couldn't get the follow-up afterwards. They did not have Tims just yet. He was not in that fight at all. It was a 4 versus 5.
And now time for Execration to push 2 cores off the map. Exorcism used. Metamorphosis used as well. They know that TNC are not in fighting shape. 100 seconds until the Metamorphosis back. 90 seconds for that Exorcism to come back up as well. 2 big cooldowns that Execration can absolutely abuse this window when they're not available. As they will have Chrono back up before those 2 big spells are up for the side of TNC.
Yeah.
That's the big thing.
This is looking very scary for TNC. They're unable to take any of these fights now. This Chronosphere is just a huge problem. Nando absolutely on point, 6, 1, and 10. He's part of 16 of their kills.
Yeah, he's playing a very active Void.
Him and the Tinker, 16 kills on involvement on the Void, 17 kill involvement on the Tinker. When your 2 cores are pulling their weight like that, it's damn impressive.
Grims, he's got eyes on Raven.
Dire are scanning.
Is anyone else going to head over? That's the question. Scan from TNC to make sure there is no one underneath him. Won't quite catch on to them.
Armel really wants that Blink Dagger so they can get that stun with the, and they even want Blink on Towerblade too. Get the stun from Sand King or Epicenter from Sand King, get on top of them and be able to burst that Void in time. But yeah, they're really struggling, especially now that Void has Lincolns. He's going to be able to block those initial disables and always get the Manta off in order to get the Chronosphere.
And the Blink, of course, can be very nice because the Void hasn't gone for a Shadow Blade or a Blink Dagger himself. There is always the chance to dodge the Chrono.
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
If you're good, and Raven is a pro player, so he can blink dodge the Chrono.
Definitely. And Void about to be level 20, so we could see him. What do you think this time? I always like the cast range, but this one he went for the damage, so
no, I think he'll take.
I think you still take the cast range.
As I said, because he hasn't got a Shadow Blade or a Blink Dagger, The cast range is just so good for initiating, for getting in and out.
That's what I would. That's what I would assume as well.
He's got to take.
But he took the 2 damage once, so
it's 40 attack speed isn't that much. Surely he takes. I mean, we'll see. We'll find out. I'm sure he takes the cast range.
He's going for Diffusal Blade as well, so his damage is gonna skyrocket quite a lot. And TNC, they're looking to take a fight here. They've got everything available. No Blink Daggers yet, but
time to smoke.
They're feeling like they really need to get some wins in some fights.
But there is that Chrono.
They're falling very far behind, though.
Yaj on the front lines. He's going to dispel it all. Blinks out. That's the smoke over for TNC.
Oh, my goodness. That just happened.
So what did he take on the Void? Is he 20 yet? He's about to be. Here we go. Is it the cast range? Come on.
It should be the cast range.
It's got to be.
It's got to be a cast range.
It's got to be the cast range. Has to be.
But he took all the damage talents.
Yeah, but it doesn't. I take all the damage.
You have
still
to take the
cast range.
You have to take the cast
40 attack. Maybe if it was like 50 or 60, 40. Oh, yeah, good lad. Good stuff.
It's too good.
It's just too good.
It's too good on the hero.
Plus 500.
I actually don't think you ever take the attack speed.
You definitely do not.
I also don't think you take
I'm sure some pro players have, and they're obviously a million times better than the game than me, so I'm sure they are right in those situations. But no, normally you got to take the time.
It's too good because of how important Chrono is in this game.
Yes.
Right? They've got the ET, they've got all the combos for it. It's just, yeah, you have to be able to get the Chrono in the perfect position. Cuckoo continuing to try to get these D wards down, putting sentries everywhere, having no gold, unfortunately, on this poor Bane because he really just has to be that sentry bot.
Yeah, those blinks. Big thing for the 2 TNC cores, but they're going to go. They're smoking up. Execration on the high ground. Have to be careful how they go into this one, TNC. Cuckoo leading the way, smoke dispelled. Then no Execrations up there. I'll send over the illusions and charge just to check it out. The sigil. Checking out the pit as well. TNC wrapping around. You got Yaj. Oh, Yaj is just counting it all out. He goes in with the stun, Yaj, creating the attention of 3 of them. Oh, Execration going to jump in. Watch Nando, and he goes with the 3-man Chrono. Here comes the combo from the Tinker. Armel's down, Sam H as well. The BKB already popped by Raven. He'll pop. The Sunder does get it off, but the control is there from Execration. Ooh. That's why you take the cast range. Jumping in like that, Nando finds the perfect Chronosphere. And now that'll open up Roshan for Execration.
Armel is like a creep at this point. He's only got 7 armor, 1600 HP. This Void shreds him inside of that Chrono almost instantly. Of course, the Tinker follow-up, but it was mostly the Void hitting him. And this game looks over, Owen. I don't see the way TNC can take these fights.
I mean, as a start, we said we would go Raven because he was brave enough to pick Terrorblade into this lineup. But we are sort of seeing all the problems we were worried about playing Terrorblade into this lineup. It just gets destroyed. Void, Elder Titan, Tinker, this combo. I don't know if we'll see Raven ever pick Terrorblade into these 3 heroes again. It's just, it's too good against the hero, fundamentally.
Yeah.
It just destroys it.
And Armel is just constantly getting shut down. 6 and 6 on the Death Prophet. He can't even get his BKB off in any of these fights. He's had this BKB for, I want to say, like 10 minutes almost. He hasn't been able to use it because he just gets Chrono'd and killed instantly.
And has the cheese. And Diffusal Blade, as you said, out on its way in the courier. More damage for this Void. And
like he even needs it.
Honestly, nice. The slow is always nice. A little bit of control as well. You can now chase down heroes without having to commit the Chrono. That slow combined with the time dilation. Very annoying in the team fights and for the pickoffs when TNC are out alone.
I mean, Sam H just continuing to struggle on the sinking. 0, 5, and 1. He's only been involved in 1 of their kills, Owen.
It's been a rough game for the SK. Which is little uncharacteristic. We normally see Sam H have a massive impact. Yeah. But as you say, this one, not one of his finest. He's having a tough time.
He's having a really tough one.
Now with this push down bottom, Nando's got the Chrono. He's ready if they do come forward, and I think TNC know this. They have to play so carefully around this Faceless Void. The Spirit there as well, keeping them at a distance. Raven jumps forward, Nando. Instant time walk out. They can play it safe and slowly here. Execration back in with the next creep wave. That'll be the tier 3 gone. Tims and Kook on the sidelines. They're looking for an opening. The pings are coming out though. They've got the Spirit. They do get the grip out on one. Moving forward, they'll get the silence. Armel bots the Manta style. He's been stunned though. Oh my goodness! TNC! The combo, the hold! They've turned it around there. Nando could not get off the chrono. He has to chrono and run away, but he is being chased down with the Burrow Strike. TNC ready to fight back and say, we can defeat this lineup.
Sam H, he heard us.
He finally turned up, Sam H.
What was that, like a 4-man Burrow epi? Okay, 4,000 damage.
Wow.
Silence amongst the crowd.
I think Twitch chat is going to go from that little smiley face to that little sort of, what is it, semicolon O face stuff.
That was...
Whoa.
Oh my god. And what? Raven? So Raven got
Aegis as well.
Raven's got the Blink Dagger now. He got the kill on the Tinker. So he got 840 gold from that one. He got the 275 from the Witch Doctor. He's almost got his Scotty finished up. Whoa.
And he couldn't get the chrono off, Nando. The silence is the state. Even with the Manta and such, he just couldn't get the cast animation off in time.
They got the initial grab on the Tinker there. So the over-aggressive blink there by Carl.
Oh, and yeah, he's been caught out. They've got the detection. That's the Nyx Assassin down. Grims as well. He'll throw out the paralyzing cast, but TNC's there with the chase down. He has the Glimmer Cape. Grims will survive for now.
Holy crap. That was unbelievable how fast they dropped.
Yeah.
I'm still in like, wow, that was some damn good spell casting. Nando has to be real careful. He's actually now, he just instantly cues BKB. He's like, yep, not again. Not getting silenced again. Gotta watch his positioning though. And yeah, Blink now, Armel, he's going for Octarine. They've recovered a lot in the levels. In particular, actually, is Tim's their highest level? What? Yeah, their Tuskar is the highest. The Tusk is the highest level because of that.
What, 40% XP?
Yeah, the XP gain, and he lived that whole fight.
Yeah, he's having a good time. So we may see the 12% Force Punch chance, which I'm sure you take. I'm sure you take that.
I saw them take it last game, one of the games before, but you definitely take the shot.
We'll see what Tim's has to say about that one. Fair enough. I want to see the passive punches. Yeah, look at that. Ooh, that XP. I mean, there's definitely the 40% Tusk helping out. They make the swing that significant from a 20k lead to a...
They all lived too, right? They killed everybody and everyone lived. So it was the best case scenario possible for TNC, and we got a game on our hands.
We do. As soon as we were starting to say, it looked like it was all over. TNC go and do something crazy like that. Still, you know, you have to remember that that combo is still as frightening as it ever was from Execration's lineup. But if they can stop Nando getting off the chrono, the combo's pretty much gone. Or at least it's a lot harder for Execration to pull off.
Yeah, definitely. And having this gem now, too, is really going to help them get rid of all that map vision. Watch where the Nyx is positioned, too. I mean, and we were talking about, I was saying how Cuckoo, he's having the, you know, he's the sad Bane. He's the ward, he's the guy getting all the sentries. But no, he's got his Glimmer. He's back. He's back. Level 17 as well. He's got the 40% XP gain, too. Living life and loving it. Tim's going to be going for that pipe. Very necessary versus this Tinker lineup, of course. And Carl sitting on 6k gold on Tinker. He could still use a BKB of his own, but he might want to be greedy in between that. Shiva's Guard could be quite nice for his team.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's bottom
taking shrines down in Nando. Nando will very, very shortly have that BKB. And the defense beginning to be formulated by TNC as they head back and start to clean out that bottom.
Execration got shook pretty hard from that fight. Completely backed up to just farm. They've got the BKB now on the Void. He's got Cheese as well. They could look to go for an opportunity here. But at the same time, too, we look at TNC. They've got the Reflection cooldown talent. I have Scotty finished on Terrorblade as well.
He's big.
And it will be Lincoln's choice on Armel. He's still very limited on the armor on the Death Prophet.
Execration still hanging around the bottom. They don't have, well, yes, it's Tinker, isn't it? Tinker's where everyone wants to be. So Tinker can join them, of course, if they want to start pushing in, as the four of them will do so.
He did, okay, he went for the Bloodstone. That's cool, too. Just that extra mana regen. He pretty much always has infinite mana in these fights now. Well, not infinite, but pretty high up there. And if he does get picked off, he's going to have that quicker respawn to defend versus that Death Prophet and Terror Blade push, which is very significant. So this is like this is a little bit of a careful build too, just in case. They've got Tinker Wards being set up now too on the side of TNC. Level 25 coming out on Tinker. Void almost has his as well. Definitely a Chronosphere AoE game with the Tinker and Elder Titan.
Carl. Top of that Bloodstone, we'll see where he wants to go. Execration, Sally playing a little safer now. They didn't want to go fully in on that push down bottom. Yaj is leaving the charge up top. They do want to...
He does get the BKB. Okay, so it was either, yeah, it was BKB or Shivas are his options there.
They're going to smoke and go for this Execration.
You know, the Dagon 5 could have been cool and stuff, but it's not something they need, per se.
Damage is not the lacking, it's the staying alive long enough to get that damage out.
Top shrine is under
Roche will be spawning in about a minute. They're looking to get a pick off before that. TNC all positioned in the tree lines here.
TNC split up on both halves of the map, 2 top, 3 bottom.
Is under attack.
They throw the scan.
Raven. Gotta be careful if he comes out of the base, but no, he's staying on the high ground.
They just got vision of Tim's. They might go for him. Sam H with a gem. They did catch a glimpse of the Nyx Assassin for a second.
I'll back off. They've managed to scout a good area around the Roshan, so may feel safe. With that in mind, this Roshan will be about to spawn up top. Armel. He's got the backup of Cuckoo, and Carl realizes that. He actually blinks out. He actually blinks back in. He's looking for Cuckoo, and he will find him there. Cuckoo getting caught out. The Bane will be left behind. He's got a Glimmer Cape, but it does not matter. Execration catching Cuckoo outside of the base, but it does give time for Armel to get back to safety. Roshan is now respawning. Double damage outside the pit as well for whoever wants to go and head in, but the illusion's there to take it away.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, the Roche is up though. This is the big one. They want to try to find Carl here in the tree lines. Raven hunting. Are they going to find him?
Just on the other side of the trees. Can't get the vision.
That could have been a pretty huge pickoff. He does not. He was just shy of buyback, I'm pretty sure, right when they were going in there.
Has got the Bloodstone.
Does have the Bloodstone, yeah, so he will respawn a bit quicker, but that could have been very crucial timing for them to go into Roshan. Bane is dead. Execration, they make the move in. They bring this one down pretty quickly with the Void, and since Tinker can just chain hex it, doesn't really do a whole lot of damage to the Void. Can TNC even contest this one? Doesn't seem to be so, and this could just be double chrono.
Definitely looks like it, TNC.
Sigil scans it, scouts it out. They want to contest this.
It's falling kind of low. Nando takes the Sigil away. Illusion's being thrown in. As you said, Execration not... I'm now able to finish there, but actually backed out of the pit. Tims does get bursted on the side, hexed up. That'll be the Tusk, but Armel jumps in with the BKB, looking to come with the 5 the exorcism. Tinker, he prods the BKB, but he's being Fiend's Grip. Cuckoo has the control on the sidelines. Raven with the damage from the Metamorphosis, looking to beat down onto the Tinker. They'll get it. That's the Tinker down and out for 50 seconds.
He might have to buy back.
Roshan is still alive, very, very low. Armel with that exorcism, Raven with the Metamorphosis. They would love to get into the pit, but they're still wary of the Chronosphere.
They're so afraid of the Chronosphere plus buyback threat. They're trying to smoke it. Armel just goes in.
They see him. They're going to jump forward. They're looking for the control. They have the heals, but they sort of mess up the stun there. There's the Chrono down onto Nando. They're focusing, but the exorcism heal is keeping him alive for now. Can they actually finish this one off? Nando pops the BKB. Can he finish it off? Gets Armel. Nando's still alive for now. He's manning up. He's still living throughout it all. Nando dies with the bashes. This Void is not dying.
Oh my god.
Nando survives.
Did he get... Who got the cheese? I didn't see who got the cheese, but he got Aegis, he got Refresher Shard. They kill everybody, and he doesn't even die.
He didn't even die. He wasn't time walking, I believe, because I guess he used the Mask of Madness. Look, he just lived throughout it all. The cheese is on the Elder Titan. They have the Refresher Shard and Aegis on Nando.
That was the old cheese.
Oh man, yeah.
That was the one that he
so
had.
So the new cheese was popped last.
I don't know who you. I don't know if they used it.
Someone had a piece of cheese.
Someone had a piece, whatever. The fondue's gone.
But Nando living like that.
I can't believe he actually survived it. He's got Refresher Shard. Everyone on TNC is dead. They don't have any of their ultis anyway. The wave is coming to meet them in mid.
Buyback starting to come out. At least Sam H will buy back Raven as well. Execration. They'll get the range racks down bottom, turn their attention towards that melee racks. Just Raven and Sam H unlikely to be able to do anything about the push down bottom. Execration wanting to move for more as they'll head straight towards the mid lane. Fortification now coming out. TNC, we saw them defend down bottom. Can they do it again mid? That's the question. But as we said, Refresher Shard, Aegis, it's all there on Nando. If he sees the chance to go in 20 seconds anyway for the natural cooldown of the Chronosphere to be back and available. They jump forward, they've got the Hex, Yach with the follow-up stun, holding back Cuckoo, but he's forced back to safety by his teammates. Nando, he's just moving on. He knows that with the BKB, he'll switch the Refresher Shard into his inventory, so he does have that double chrono ready to pop. Cuckoo with the Glimmer Cape trying to get in position on the side.
Meta in 15. They've got Exorcism now on TNC. Nando will back off, waiting for his creep wave. Nando and Carl. This game, they are absolutely on fire. Still,
the combo is
9-2 and 16 on Void. 25 of the 28 kills. Tinker, 26 of the 28 kills as well. Just absolutely crushing this game. That last fight too, Lumic got like a beautiful Earth Splitter combo too.
It really did, straight through the midst of it all.
Yeah.
Again, it's just the overall team play from Execration has
they've really stepped it up.
Been really, and with the heroes that really were quiet, they needed to make these team fights work, and they have done pretty much every single time apart from down bottom. TNC gonna get rumbled here. Carl actually jumping in with the BKB, looking to burst down. The Bane on the side of it all. Cuckoo will fall. That's gonna be one down. Jump forward. There's the first chrono. Only catches one, but it's a big one. It's Raven. That's the Terrorblade down. No buyback. Sam H trying his best as he comes in, but the chrono from Nando. It's caught all three of them. GG is cool, ladies and gentlemen. Execration take game one against TNC as the Void, Tinker, Elder Titan, those three heroes that we talked about. We wondered if it would be an issue for this Terrorblade lineup. Certainly was. And as I said earlier, I think TNC will think very hard before drafting a Terrorblade into a lineup like that again.
I agree. It was a last pick Terrorblade. Yep. They'd seen pretty much everything here. Whew. Nando, though,
the Nando
absolutely boy. MVP in this one. Carl did own as well, but it was really set up by Nando. He was absolutely everywhere. Every one of his chronos were on point. I didn't see him. He got like, I wonder how many average heroes he hit in this game per chrono.
He never missed
2 or 3.
Chrono.
Never missed one. He was always seeming to catch 3 heroes in it too. TNC just rattled.
Yeah, they've got to protect, to break up sort of that combo if they want to play the Raven Terrorblade. I think as we saw there, it was just far too hard to do. So they did have that one excellent fight down bottom where it seemed like they could still have a shot at it, but it was always, you were going against this sort of immense lead that was already built up by Execration. And
yeah, definitely.
Wow.
And yeah, they played really well around their vision too. The ET Spirit, the Nyx Assassin running around with Vendetta, scouting so that Void can always get those setups. And yeah, wow, Execration, that looked like a completely different game than this game.
It really did.
They have a completely different team than the games we saw earlier from them.
A much more refined Execration here in their second series of the day as they will take game one against TNC. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen, as we'll be back here at the CORSAIR DreamLeague Season 9 after a short outbreak for game 2 between these two SEA Titans.
Tune out a world of